Hi guys, this is Joelle and I'm going to be taking you through the Aeneid Book 1, line 65 through 75. So just a little bit of context before I get started. In this section, Juno's talking to Aeolus and her tone is really angry and hateful and resentful, and this all just has to do with her deep hatred towards the Trojans, which is rooted in the incident when Paris chose Venus, Juno's rival, over her in a beauty contest. And since Aeneas is a Trojan, she's getting her anger out on him because she doesn't want the Trojans to prosper, and also because she loves Carthage, and there's a prophecy that Rome would destroy Carthage, and since Aeneas is on his way to found Rome, she pretty much wants to do everything she can to prevent that from happening and destroy Aeneas and the Trojans. So let's get started. Eole namque tibi divum pater aquae hominum rex et mulcere date fluctus et tellere vento. And I'm just going to change the word order a bit so it's a little easier to translate. So Aeolus, for the father of the gods and king of men, granted to you both to soothe the waves and to raise them with wind. So Aeole here is in the vocative case, because Juno's really riled up and she wants Aeolus to do what she says right now. And pater divum aquae rex hominum refers to Jupiter. And this et means both and vento is in the ablative case because it's an ablative of means. So moving on. Hens inimica mihi tyrannem naviga aequor ilium in Italiam portans victosque penatis. So, the unfriendly people to me, and unfriendly people meaning Aeneas and his crew, sail the Tyrrhenian Sea, and the Tyrrhenian Sea is right here, just to put things in perspective. Portans penatis, carrying penates, and penates is household gods, and conquered Trojans to Italy. And the Trojans are conquered here because he's talking about the Greeks conquering the Trojans in the Trojan War. And this is a sculpture of Aeneas fleeing Troy, carrying his father on his back, and his father's carrying penates. So that's what they kind of look like. Incute vim venti submerasque orbrue pupes et age diversos et disique corpora punt. So strike violence into the winds and crush their sunken ships, or drive them all over and scatter their bodies on the sea. So incute and obrue are both imperatives, modifying Aeole from the beginning of the section, and this vim ventis is alliteration because they both start with the V. And pupes, meaning ships here, is actually synecdoche because it really just means the stern of the ship, but here Virgil means the whole ship, so that's synecdoche. And another thing is that Juno says the sunken ships, like she's already anticipated that the ships will be sunken, and she just wants it to be crushed even more. So that's prolepsis, which means the representation of a thing as existing before it actually does. And also, ponto is ablative of place where. Alright, so sunt mihi bis septembri santi corpore nymphae forum quae forma pulcherrima Deopea. So there are to me twice 7 outstanding nymph bodies, of which Deopea, who is the most beautiful in appearance. So mihi is dative of possession because Juno is possessing these 14 outstanding nymph bodies. And quorum and quae are both relative pronouns, and quorum is referring to the nymphs, and quae is referring to Deopea. And pulcherrima is a superlative, and forma is an ablative of specification. Okay, so connubia jungam stabili propriamque dicabo, omnis ut tecum meritis pro talibus annos exigat, et pulchra faciate prole parentem. And this omnis annos is spread out for emphasis, and this separation is called hyperbaton. So I would join in stable marriage, and I will declare her your own, in order that she complete all her years with you, and make you father with beautiful offspring. So stabili connubio is ablative of manner or means, and this ut exigat is subjunctive of purpose, and it could also be subjunctive of result, because it's so that she, and te is just a personal pronoun, and it ends with an alliteration, parentem pulchra prole. And so basically here, Juno is offering the most beautiful nymph to Aeolus, so that he does all these things that she stated before for her. And we don't actually know if he takes the nymph or not, because that's never mentioned. But he still decides to carry out her request, because she's a goddess and all that. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching.